obsessive thought that they hired me only because I'm a girl, to make that decent girls-guys ratio. I thought they hired me only because I'm Russian, to make that cultural diversity that IBM likes talking a lot about. I thought I didn't deserve to be here. And today I'm standing here and presenting my final speech, and I feel much more confident. But this process was sometimes slow and painful. And reflecting on this, I thought how best to describe what happened to me and other students within this year, and whether anything could be done to make this process faster and maybe less painful. And I came to this concept of 3 concentric rings of what, how, and why. A year ago, we started learning what is our job is about. We were taught what is a DB2, what is a buffer pool, what is a table space, how beer workload is different from absent workload, what is a workload. Then we continued gaining our knowledge how to do our work, and for me and most other old students, I'm sure all old students will support me, we understood how to do our work after September. And that time is the worst, isn't it? Because we had been there for 4 months, and our team lead and everyone else would expect us to know everything by that time, but we didn't. Because before, at summer, when you had a problem, you just go to the old student and they fix everything for you, and they never bother explaining because it takes time, it takes effort, right? And it's not until later. For me, it was the first release of the product, FixFac, I was working on independently, when I understood why. Why finally I was working on it so hard. The product will be shipped, and we have a meeting, and the manager will congratulate everyone and says, "Good job, finally we're done with this product, and keep up the hard work." At that moment, I felt so good about myself, I felt so happy, I felt important, finally my work mattered. However, I feel like in order to succeed better, the order has to be reversed. We have to spend more time thinking to understand why we are here. Am I here because I care about DB2? No. Am I here because I want that mistress customer to be happy? No. I'm here for myself. And I bet each of you here for yourself. If you're a student, you want to get that valuable technical experience and IBM in your resume. You are paid and you want to be independent on your parents. And most likely you want to be hired back. If you are already the IBM employee, you maybe have families, and now you need more money, and you won't have that secure job, and also status and reputation in society that IBM can give you. And why is the most important? Why is always the result, and result is what we want. And next time, when you're struggling on some task and you don't know how to move on, think why you are here. Think of benefits and blessings you will get from your job, and then inspired, move on. But how? How would you move on if you're stuck, you can ask me. Well, if you just joined a new company, it's totally normal to ask questions. The trick is to know when to ask, to understand when to ask a question in a good time. You don't want to ask a question too early, so you don't learn anything from it, and you don't want to ask a question too late when you already wasted so much time and you really have to ask yesterday. And timing depends on the task. Sometimes in half an hour it's enough to go and ask for help. Sometimes you need a couple of days to try out all of your ideas. Important thing when you go to ask for help, you have to have the idea how to move forward. And when you come to someone more experienced, like your team lead or other employees, You want this idea either to be validated or rejected and proposed with a better solution. Important thing is don't ask the same question twice. Even if you're trying your best and ask questions when you're unsure, there will be moments when you mess up. And that's still okay. Technical mistakes are an essential part of learning. And not just at the beginning, always. When you're trying to change your system, treat it like an experiment. You're implementing your initial idea, and then you're measuring the effect. This process is called validating learning. For example, I have a database and I want to populate it. I try some steps using some tools, and then I do row count. Did number of rows increased? If yes, congratulations. If no, try something else again and again until you succeed. Thomas Edison, before he was able to create his famous light bulb, he tried so many times. And you probably know his famous quote, "I have never failed, I found 10,000 ways that won't work." And the last but not least, body language. Your body speaks for you. Not probably says I'm stressed. There is a story. There is one developer who is not in the audience. So there is one developer who used to intimidate me a lot. And unfortunately, due to my nature of my work, what I'm testing, and what he is developing, I could never avoid him. And sometimes I didn't want to go to work only because of him. And it was common that he would call me to his PWA and ask me questions about my testing because he wanted to understand what I was doing. And that was the worst because I had no place to hide. And, especially at the beginning when I didn't know answers, he sometimes would raise his voice on me and I panicked. Even my laptop panicked, my Lotus sound panicked. But what was actually happening? I would sit on his stool and talking to him, I would just turn away, trying to cover my neck and my chest to kind of protect myself. And then one day I watched that TED Talk by Amy Cudder, "Your body language shapes who you are." And she was actively promoting the idea, fake it until you make it. So I tried. Next time, he called me to his cube. I sit on his stool, chin up, chest up, legs slightly open. Vulgar for a girl? Maybe yes. And I could do that, right? Like you do now. But did it work? It absolutely worked. In that, he didn't let him to raise his voice at me. Actually, as I could answer his questions better now, he sometimes even tells me thanks. If you're stuck on some problem, please remember how to ask questions, how to learn from your mistakes, and how to use your body language to work for you, to achieve your personal goals faster. And then, when it comes to the practical application of your work, what you actually have to do here and what you're paid for, that's something that everyone will be helping you at the beginning, the first year. The whole IBM will help you. But it's your job to know how to achieve your whys. And if you succeed, the whole company will succeed. Thank you.